guys, what's going on? It's Uncle Tone. How are you guys doing? Today I'm going to have another video for you guys on the PlayStation Vita. Unfortunately, this is probably going to be my last video on the PlayStation Vita. I haven't made a video on the Vita in months, and there's a reason for that. The PlayStation Vita, as I'm sure you guys know, is failing epically. And it's not necessarily because of the hardware. The plain and simple fact is there are no games available for the PS Vita. I, as well as many other people back in February, was super excited about the PS Vita. I pre-ordered the first edition bundle. When it came out, I picked up Uncharted right away. I actually had Uncharted here already before I even got my first edition bundle. Got into it, started playing it. I was loving it. It was awesome for the first little while. And then titles started getting delayed. For example, Little Big Planet PS Vita was supposed to be a launch title back in February. It ended up just being released a few weeks ago, 6 months after it had, originally been planned to release. There are also a number of other games that are apparently in the works for the PS Vita, but the plain and simple fact is there's nothing really out there to play on it. For example, if I go here to PS Vita in the PlayStation Store, there are really not that many games here that are made specifically for the Vita. There are a number of PS1 titles, hundreds in fact, available to play on your Vita. But you can play those on a PSP Go. I mean, they're not new games. They're not specifically made for the Vita. So, I mean, there you go. There's all the titles, specific PS Vita titles, that are available for the PS Vita. There's really not that many there. The list is not that long. I'm not going to go ahead and count them, but, I would guess there's maybe 30 games here, ish. So, earlier this week, I was reading that PlayStation Mobile had been made available on the PS Vita, and I thought, you know what? That might be it. Maybe that's enough to save the Vita. Maybe that's enough to rekindle interest in it. Being that PlayStation Mobile is also available on a select number of Android devices as well, including the Xperia Play and, a few other Android devices as well. Maybe that would be enough. So I fired up my Vita today for the first time in weeks and cruised over to the PlayStation Store. I had to do a firmware upgrade first. Then I cruised over to the PlayStation Store, and sure enough, here's this tab here that says PlayStation Mobile. So I went ahead and clicked on it, and I got this list of games and apps. So I went ahead first and I clicked on apps because I thought, you know what, apps are kind of cool. There's one lonely little audio app available. I don't want that. There's one lonely little audio app here that's available, and it's Beats, something, whatever. It's 79 cents. It's super cheap, but it doesn't really look that great. It's really not all that exciting. So let's cruise back over here, and I thought, you know what, okay, let's check out the games. Maybe there's a bunch of games available for this one. And they're all broken down in category here, so I thought, when I first saw it, I thought, oh, they're broken down in categories. There must be quite a few. No, there isn't. There is literally 4 games in action. 4. So, sure, they're super cheap, $1.50, $5.49. They're not expensive games here. There's one for $1.99, $2.99. They're cheap. I mean, they're not overly expensive, but at the same time, there's 4 in action. You have 3 here in arcade. Over here in casual, there is 2. So 4, 3, and 2, we're up to 9. Over here to music and rhythm, there is 2. We're up to 11. Puzzle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That puts us at 18. Simulation. We got 1. And sports. We have 1. That puts us at 20. There are literally 20 games available here for play on PlayStation Mobile, none of which are particularly exciting. I checked them out, and sure, the prices are super cheap, but again, they're not very exciting. So I have decided and made the inevitable decision a few weeks ago, actually, that I was going to sell my PS Vita. I got sick, I haven't felt very well, and I haven't gotten around to listing it on eBay, but I do fully intend to list it on eBay. I'm disappointed in the PS Vita for that main reason. I still think that the hardware is a great piece of hardware. It's probably the best hardware-wise portable gaming device that we have seen. It's a fantastic piece of hardware. I really like it. But the plain and simple fact is there are no games available for it. There's a few games. There's Little Big Planet PS Vita. There's rumored a Call of Duty in the works, but who knows when that's going to release. You know, there's Uncharted. I've played through Uncharted 3 times already. It's boring now, to be perfectly honest with you. I mean, and there's a couple other titles. There's FIFA. There's, you know, stuff like that. But as far as, you know, there's Mortal Kombat. But as far as, you know, a lot of games available for it, there's a plain and simple fact is it's lacking. And that, I think, is why the PlayStation Vita is failing. It's very plain and simple. The hardware is great. I don't even think it needs a price cut. What the PlayStation Vita needs is games. And the plain and simple fact is it ain't getting them. So I don't see the point in keeping it laying around when I'm not using it. Like I mentioned earlier in this video, I literally haven't turned this on in weeks. So there you go. Cool beans, that is my final thoughts, I guess, on the PS Vita. I still think it's awesome, but the plain and simple fact is there are no games available for it, and I don't see any point in keeping mine. So there you go. I'm throwing mine up for sale on eBay. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment box down below. What do you think? You agree with me? Do you think the Vita is failing simply because there are no games? Do you think it needs a price cut? What do you think? I'm curious to see your thoughts. So that's pretty much going to do it. This is going to be my last video on the PS3. I hope you guys found it helpful. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to go ahead and like this video. Click the like button down there. If you found this video helpful, maybe go ahead and favorite it. That definitely helps me out a lot. And I will see you guys in the next video. Cool beans. Rock on.